With a pair of truth bombs, Trump has Schumer eating his words and MSM tongue-tied by US4Trump.com. President Trump dropped a pair of truth bombs Sunday morning that will trigger Chuck Schumer and the left-wing media. He is the master troller and knows exactly what he's doing. President Trump dropped some truth Sunday morning, calling out crying Schumer after his latest remark where he downplayed the summit in Singapore. Trump hit back at Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer's claim that the North Korean nuclear summit was all cattle and no hat, and also took aim at critics who said his G7 meeting with other world leaders was marked by tension and hostility. The president's attack against Chuck Schumer followed a speech that Crying Chuck gave on the Senate floor last week when he used an apparent variation of the Texas saying, "all hat and no cattle," to mock Trump's accomplishments at the Singapore summit. President Trump tweeted, Chuck Schumer said the summit was what the Texans call all cattle and no hat, Trump wrote. "Thank you, Chuck, but are you sure you got that right? No more nuclear testing or rockets flying all over the place, blew up launch sites, hostages already back, hero remains coming home, and much more." Really? You see how they try to undermine President Donald Trump? The president continued on Twitter by noting that the summit with North Korea has proved popular abroad, with polls in South Korea showing the majority of people there approved of Trump's historic meeting with Kim Jong-un. He tweeted, "Holding back the war games during the negotiations was my request because they are very expensive, and set a bad light during a good faith negotiation. Also quite provocative. Can start up immediately if talks break down," which I hope will not happen. The denuclearization deal with North Korea is being praised and celebrated all over Asia. Let's see the tweets, I could read it. "They are so happy over here in our country. Some people would rather see this historic deal fail than give Trump a win, even if it does save potentially millions of lives," right? Millions and millions of lives. Sorry about that. Funny how the fake news is in a coordinated effort with each other. Likes to say, "I gave so much to North Korea because I met." That's because that's all they have to disparage. We got so much for peace in the world, and more is being added in finals. Even got our hostages remains and the hostages both, you know. The president hit back at the fake news again, retweeting pictures of the G7 summit. He said, "Please clear up the fake news," you know. Next, he took a double shot at one of the biggest fake news companies of them all while slamming Jeff Bezos. The president tweeted, "Washington Post employees want to go on strike because Bezos isn't paying them enough. I think a really long strike would be a great idea. Employees would get more money and we would get rid of fake news for an extended period of time. Is Washington Post a registered lobbyist? Are you tired of the attacks on President Trump and the left-wing media?" Yeah. And the Democrats? Absolutely. Absolutely. You see, they make it out like Trump didn't do anything. Look, I got news for these people. The American people are not blind. We are not going to just go along with what you say. People have their eyes and ears and their minds open. You can spew all you want, but once people start looking into it, they know what the truth is. And too bad these guys, and you know, Jeff Bezos is a real criminal. This guy should be stopped because he is a real terror. Not paying them enough, and he's supposedly the richest man in the world there. You know, what a pack What a pack there. Look at them. Acosta there, almost trying to break up the deal that Trump worked on, which anyway, he wouldn't have broken up anything, but his intentions were that because the deal was already done before that meeting. That meeting was for show, but it doesn't matter what were Acosta's intentions. And Chucky boy Schumer, you're losing. And Don Lemon, you better get some more tissues because you're going to need them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.